Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Passion of Football. I'm Nonso, and I'm back in the studio with my co-instigator.
Yeah.
Hello, Lamide. How you doing?
How you doing, my friend?
Always good to be back.
My partner in crime.
Always good to be back. Last week was a hassle, but it's always good to be back. Zion is not with us this week. He has other engagements to follow up with, and just as I was away for last week's episode, even though my favorite club got destroyed on the weekend before the episode. Don't worry, I didn't run. I was just busy. So excuses, but I was busy. I actually was busy. But just as I was away, our favorite leagues and footballers were away representing their countries on the international break, which is a horrible time for all of us football fans because our favorite players are being put at risk for their nations in sometimes what we'll call irrelevant games, although these were relevant games, the World Cup qualifiers.
World Cup.
Nation League qualifiers,
Nation League,
World Cup qualifiers in some places,
other African countries, went for World Cup qualifiers, African qualifiers, different things. So I think just everything in general.
Yeah, I think South American teams were on for the World Cup qualifiers too. So that's there.
Just everything in general.
But yeah, it was quite an eventful international break we had. To be fair. So a couple of high end results and a few upsets, but that's all the things that we have to cover before we head into everyone's favorite part of the week's videos, which is the matters arising. But let's just talk about the international break so far. How did you see majority of the games?
Yeah, obviously, in as much as we fans, we most likely sometimes say it's not important and all these things. But yes, there was a lot of good games. Yeah, there was a lot of good games. Just like the previous one, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, the Holland Germany.
Oh yeah, that was a solid game.
Solid game, and there are a lot of couple. Obviously, in my country, Nigeria, the two games we played, two good games. But obviously, the second one we were expecting the win, obviously, because of the momentum we're using for the previous game, which was Benin Republic. But at least we're top of the group for the AFCON qualifier, so we just want to make sure we keep that energy high and just do the job. Yeah.
Well, I think the standout game for me in the whole of the international break must have been the France-Italy game. That game was actually
very cool game, interesting game.
We saw a lot of exposures, but we'll not be getting into that at this moment in time. There were a lot of exposures on the day. But we actually highlights and standout points of that game. What you call the exclamation points was Italy's equalizer, or a goal that was at the top corner, the top right hand of Magnan's goal. But yeah, it was a very interesting game, and as well Nigeria with their own 2 games against Benin and Rwanda should have won both, but we'll take what we can get. 4 points from 2 games. And then the standout points from all the games as well, something that we have been waiting for a long time. Since the first game of the World Cup in Qatar, Argentina have finally lost again. They fell 2-1 to Colombia, and it seems Emiliano Martinez lost his cool. It seems he couldn't take out what he distributes. That was quite interesting, seeing him slap the camera, changing the direction after being trolled. It was a bit unprofessional, wouldn't you say?
There's one interesting thing about this in Argentina team. In as much as they have this aging Messi and they don't have that, I don't think, they don't have that star quality like they have like the Di Marias and the Messis anymore for now. I think they are pretty good. They've been in a very good run since, almost a year now, more than a year now.
2 years now. Scaloni's been doing a phenomenal job.
They have been having a very, very good run for a long period of time without losing. And in as much as I don't want Argentina to progress for obvious reasons of being a Messi hater and everything, but it's just that the country just found a way. I don't know if it's the level of competition in Copa America or South American teams, the fault of Brazil not stepping up their game and a lot of countries. So I think Argentina is in this place where they'll get it right for a long time if the other countries don't step up That's what I just
Well,
said.
I mean, they're still top of the table for the qualifications anyway.
Yeah,
Still top of the table in their qualification pool, with Brazil, who happen to be the other people that we talk about
yeah,
because they've not been very impressive. And I
at
think
all,
every
at all.
single person that has been a legend for Brazil that has something to say about the current Brazilian team
Yeah.
share the same consensus. This Brazil team is not it. They
What do you
have
think?
names.
What do you think is the problem with the Brazilian the team?
To be fair,
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I think there's just been this might sound a bit racist, but I think there's been a bit of interference in the talent pool because now it's not pure Brazilians we have anymore.
yeah,
We are beginning to have a lot of Bolivians and Indians and Africans
yeah,
mixing with the pure Brazilian blood, and it's just kind of, you know, tampered the quality a little bit. I mean, the likes of Vinicius, Rodrigo, Rafinha,
yeah,
Richarlison, the likes of them, they're quite good at the club level, but then when they put on that yellow shirt, it's like they become Angolans or something. It just changes, and
yeah,
they just begin to play the most anti-football that you've ever seen. They're just not as good as they would be in their normal teams. It's a problem, really, and if it continues like this, the game might be even more gone than it has gone so far.
yeah.
Trying times ahead.
If you see the game now, let me just look the team now from the angle of the Brazil. I don't even think it's partly the players, partly because I think the level of talent level. We all know Brazil now to be that country where they always dominate with any era. Look at 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. They always have those players who be say they fit decide the games, and at least. But for now, if you look at the quality, like you said, the quality, the pool of players where they work with, we now if we speak with people in the 70s, 80s, 90s, say Brazil go ever fit get person wey dey play for West Ham wey go dey start for the Brazil national team, or person wey dey play for Crystal Palace go dey start for Brazil. How is that going to be possible? How they want to believe you? But you see now, I never even know the person wey play the assist. I know the Paqueta, one other guy, and I don't know. I don't even know the players where they come from. You understand? Because and the coach, I think, is another low level coach. The coach not too, too balanced. It's not a good coach. If you look at the substitution he's doing, it not make sense. They make sense, and I think tactically they have to change the coach. And yeah, for international football, stars, where they play every season, they perform for Madrid. A good player will be say you want to arguably give the Ballon d'Or now. If they go that Brazil team, if they struggle, not because say no sabi, it's just that the system in the country and the players wey in dey play with my brother. Ronaldo no fit do magic for this Brazilian team. He no get wetin he wan play. Ronaldo wey we dey talk about, him play with Kaká, play with Adriano, play with all the senior men, Robinho, all those guys. They were in a better place that time. But Brazil now, let me just be in as much as Hendrick na my player, but that boy is still young. It's not he get that raw talent, but that raw talent dey, but it's not polished enough to fit dey start for Brazil at 17 abi 18. I don't know how many years e dey, but I don't see why Hendrick should be starting for Brazil. When I dey watch the match, I'm like, the decisions wey dey make, my brother, this one no be Palmeiras. This is country top level football. Your decision making when you move and pass the ball, when to shoot, how to fit dey make those runs. He never too click for am.
Don't you
So
think
I
that the
think
reason? Don't you think that the reason why Hendrick is making these silly mistakes were because he's playing the wrong era of football? You know, considering
the Bobby way.
his affiliation with the likes of Bobby Charlton and Dennis Law, well, one would think that he's more acclimated to that kind of football. So
Yeah,
him trying those tricks now and then, these guys are like, I mean,
yeah,
come on, we've
yeah,
studied this.
yeah,
We are past this. The game
yeah.
has
You
moved past this.
get yeah, but not true because if I think Brazil they have to go back to the basics, sack that manager first. Then they say, okay, now we need to now. Oh, this is
Go back
Brazil.
to
This
the
is
you
Brazil.
want the Brazilian national team to go back to the favela and pick people from the street.
I don't, yeah, because I think now what they need be that because Brazil, we all know Brazil to be that country. I think Brazil should be the nation, if not the nation we don't produce the most talent for football history. I don't know any country we don't produce talent reach Brazil. So there's no way we go. They tell me say, sorry for that. For 2024, we say it's Danilo. Danilo for right back. So Marquinhos. So all those players, I don't.
Gabriel Magalhaes.
No, at least Gabriel is even okay. At least Militao he was injured, but what I'm speaking about that issue and say, Baba, the thing I say, you need players to you need to put players in the best positions for them to perform. If you don't do them international level, you're going to just lose it.
Yeah.
That's just the thing.
Yeah, that is true. But lots of interesting first starts. Some people finally appearing for their country.
Yeah.
England in particular. I think finally more people in football got to see Italians that only United fans really followed for a very long time. Angel Gomez made his first England Three Lions senior appearance in the game against Finland, and what a game he had. He had a very phenomenal game for somebody of his size to play that deep.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone could say he was a bit unathletic and everything, but he had the storm of a game.
Yeah.
And I mean, Harry Kane is back to his normal antics, scoring for fun again. But in other places, Joshua Zirkzee finally got his first Netherlands start, and with that came his first Netherlands goal. In the game, their first game, I don't remember who they played against.
England.
No,
Netherlands. Oh, I don't know. I've forgotten who they played.
I think they won 4-1 or 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2. I've forgotten the nation they played.
But yeah, it was a very good game there. And Tijani Rangers has ended up becoming a very, very problematic player for Netherlands because just as Gakpo would score in the international tourneys, this guy is beginning to pop up with goals from everywhere in this international break. He got about 3.
Yeah, they got it's very very good midfielder. And one thing I like about that Ryan Lassoff, which club is he playing for?
I'm not sure, but it should be one in the Eredivisie.
Yeah, I need to search the.
It might be AZ. It might be AZ Alkmaar in the Eredivisie.
Yeah, because the way the guy moves with the ball and the way he takes advantage of spaces in around the midfield and close to the opposition's box, and the one thing I love about midfielders is, you know, those passes that can break those lines, those risks that majority of midfielders are running from. You will take that risk and give that pass. You understand? That's what I like from that Rangers, and it does not lose the ball, as in quite often like that. As in when he hold the ball, you know that okay, it's safe. It's not going to lose it. So one good midfielder, and his age, I think it's 25, 26 years. So I think he still have long years to play for. And these are the kind of players that United, all this kind of boys they're supposed to sign. Or they will go to sign all these players, so I don't understand. So
allow
us, a good midfielder.
Allow us, please.
It's a good midfielder. Yeah.
Allow us to sign who we want to sign.
Yeah, we never speak for the Nigerian games. We have not spoken about the Nigerian games. At least, I don't know if you watch those games, but the like that Benin game now. I see in Nigeria where we say now our wing, Lookman. I think he's our man now.
I mean, even in the African Cup of Nations, he was the stand-up performer, to be honest. Because as much as Nigerian fans and casuals will continue to be all Osimhen. The person that really turned up for Nigeria at the African Cup of Nations that concluded in Cote d'Ivoire was Lookman.
The guy just give that guy respect, and obviously the Ballon d'Or 30, he's there. Being the only, I think, if not the only African in that list, if I'm not mistaken. But the guy, he just always puts in one very nice performance. And if you see the guy, very calm guy, the way they speak and
you think he's going to win the African Player of the Year?
Yeah,
over Brahim Diaz.
And if they give Brahim Diaz, it will be a disgrace for me for CAF.
You think it will be a disgrace for CAF? Would it be a disgrace for CAF or another laurel? Or another laurel on the shoulder of Papa Perez?
No, yeah, because I know that Perez has nothing to do. We know that you are in control of Europe. Leave Africa for us. You understand? We know say now you the control of all the barriers where they go on for Europe. Leave African football for us. They have done enough. Made this boy just win out already. He has done enough. At least he has a better individual season than Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz might have won the majors, but
Diaz was not even starting. I mean, Diaz is an electric player.
Good player. That's my player. He's a force.
But
we are talking of a player that has 31 goals contribution, winning the Europa League,
Hat-trick in the Europa League final as
final.
well.
The performance we in get as a player is more than theirs, and there's no competition this year. You know the way Osimhen get no competition 2 years ago. I just think Osimhen just need pass and give my guy. Just give him the ball. You don't need argue. So and if you watch that match, we were doing well. And I think in there's one boy where we need to take note for that Nigeria team. Bruno, what's his name? Oyemechi.
The person that played left back.
Yeah, that guy is a pro. Like this wing back role, he knows how to do it as in spades.
And then you wonder if somebody like that has been in the team for as long as he has been.
Yeah.
Why did Zaidu Sanusi get a continued
That's my
run
problem because I
left
think
wing back?
Napisero will blame because I don't know what Zaidu has been doing to always start. But that that guy Bruno, that balance of entering the midfield. There was even a time he go the mark press keeper Boniface will be shocked as him back. So he just have that energy for that thing. I think the midfield was good. He did it. Obviously, the senior man knows how to carry the ball, just give the simple passes, give the tackles. But I think he will be not really pick this what do they call him? This break. He didn't really pick like that. And I was really happy when they got one bench him for the second game. He didn't even play him at all. So and I think that's what we need in the national team. When players not perform well, Boniface not perform first half. The first game, remove him, Paul Osimhen. Second game, he didn't perform well again. Not to score. I don't even know what's the problem with Boniface. Then first half,
he's not really been goal scoring form this season.
Yeah, second half, they brought in Osimhen, no doubt. As in, not even time to even jinx the team. As the problem, they change and one. So I think our coach, he has to be there. That's a Guavon. They have to make sure that man giving the tools he needs to excel, then just put that man for that job. I don't need a problem. So that's just a small bit I get to talk for the Nigerian scene.
Oh, well, continue to go Super Eagles. We support you when we can, obviously, because you people have cost me enough pain in this life. So I'm not going to be opening my heart all the time to support you people. But